Welcome to your Spacial Astrology Horoscope for Friday, July 5th, 2024. I'm astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Hope you had a good July 4th. I'm just kicking it in many different spaces at the same time. I hope you all are ready for this new moon horoscope. Let's take a look. New moon happening in Cancer at 14 degrees. Now, this has been a new moon that we've been really waiting for because we have two full moons in Capricorn. We saw that full moon Capricorn 2 weeks ago. Here's that midpoint now. And of course, every new moon Cancer is important because it's where the moon is at home. Now, this one is a little bit odd because it does have two full moon in Capricorn on both sides of it. It's also paired with Venus, as Venus was with the last new moon a month ago. If we take a look, we got Jupiter at 9 degrees of Gemini. We got Mars here at 19 degrees of Taurus. But the big thing is these nodes, right? 10 degrees now of Aries and Libra. And here we are, this new moon square the nodes. Mercury's been in opposition to Pluto and just finished that. And Saturn and Neptune just went retrograde in Pisces, especially with Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, that's literally just gone retrograde at the last degree in the last minutes. How do we restore ourselves? Being comfortable in a world that is changing with all these outer planets like Pluto, Neptune, and next year Uranus to come to the end of their signs that they're in transiting and ingress into new ones. That means that the world is ever changing. And this is about learning how to accept and nurture yourself and take care of yourself instead of, one, freak out. The last new moon was with Venus during the Cazimi in Gemini. Now this new moon is in Cancer. With the moon being in Cancer, it's wonderful. And we have Venus here too, and Venus is squaring Chiron though. The wounds that are happening are the ego wounds that really are not comfortable with the world that's not going exactly the way that you may want to look at it, or that's just the sign, if you're in that space, that you're not taking care of yourself enough because you're still running off of this identity of how you think it all should look, how you think life should be. Mars is already in Taurus, its detriment. So with the North Node being in Aries and dispositing that, we're not seeing a good Mars. And Mars in Taurus is slow, but we have Uranus that we're seeing come into play. And Uranus as well, after this new moon, we're going to see it conjunct the star Algol, the fixed star Algol. And then Mars conjunct Uranus, conjunct the fixed star Algol in the week that follows this. No matter how volatile things are in life, there's a whole nother world. The way that I'm giving you this horoscope today, like I'm just chilling out here in a fake Bora Bora. I don't wear glasses in real life, but I'm wearing them. I'm showing you astrology, kicking it. Believe it or not, this isn't the background, although it kind of looks like the hotel I'm at right now. This is a very important moment for you to go, am I going to lose myself in how edgy, extreme, neurotic, lost, trying to find the origins of what humanity and what this reality is, the pressure we put on ourselves? This one to me is about the deep healing that can happen now when you really allow the ego to go, I don't want to be playing against myself anymore. I don't want to feel so stressed out that I have to get to this defined place that might not actually get us to where the solutions really are. I find it really interesting because we've seen the South Node with Black Moon Lilith here in Libra. And so this perfectionism, or this perfect way that you need things in your ego to look like, it's tricky. Because with Venus in Cancer at 22 degrees square Chiron, there is no happy, in this one. You can also look at it too, like if I were to think about this too, Jupiter in semi-square. Oh, is that approaching 10? 22? Yeah, we're at 43 degrees, so there's an approaching semi-square from Jupiter to Venus. 9 degrees Gemini, Jupiter, Venus, 22 degrees, going 23. So we also have Uranus that's in play with Venus. So Venus has a lot of complicated situations going on. Of course, the better one is Uranus, but that could still be a little complicated. But I feel like that's about the world's changing, my values are changing, and I'm finding comfort in that. And so this is about, can we take our emotional base, can we take our foundation, and can we allow it to be comfortable with how weird it is? We have to accept what is changing in the world, what's changing in our own lives. The more that we fight it, the less comfortable it's going to be. I love seeing this Mercury in Leo. Of course, we know Mercury's going retrograde in fire signs this year. But it's had this opposition of Pluto. So, to me, honestly, it's such a fast transit right now, but it's getting us ready for the Mars oppositions to Pluto that we're going to be dealing with in the fall and into the winter and the beginning of 2025. Like, we can't be at battle anymore with always trying to fixate on this will fix everything, when really the truth is it's about the courage and the confidence that we have by showing up with our head and not being afraid of what might not work out. I think that this idea that we keep looking at what is not going to work out in life when that's not true in the moment that it's happening has created a lot of the fractured world we live in today. So this could be the beginnings of where we can find that, hopefully, to heal. I also look at Chiron approaching Eris, and with this Venus in square at the same time that this new moon's happening, or even you could take this new moon, it's square Fortuna, Jupiter's daughter. Everything feels like you're waiting for life to just land wherever it might land. And you got to be cool with that and know that it's landing wherever it lands, for you to pay attention and find a good purpose in it. Oh man, I just spilled that. It's life in spatial reality. And because Neptune and Saturn have just retrograded, we're having to keep going deeper and deeper in these layers of ourselves, of our subconscious, of trying to peel back what you think you found, the curtain that you know what's behind it. Mix that with Mercury opposite Pluto too. And no, we don't know. There's still so much more that we can intuitively pick up on, more for us to see. But we got to find the silver lining in things. We're not going to be able to keep going as a individual and as a collective if we're going to continue to just keep beating ourselves up of how we expect things to look and how we become overwhelmed by already second guessing the good things that are coming and putting first place that everything's going to go so bad in our own lives. And then that comes out into the world at the same time. So when really there's lots of great things to pay attention to. And I think this really does bring it to where it can be difficult. I couldn't imagine my life right now if I wasn't a dad during this transit now, with all these Cancer elements coming to their, big squares here to Chiron and Eris that are starting to conjunct. Like, it can feel lonely out there. And, we still have to find our individual self, but we have to have foundation. We have to have base. We have to have family, and we have to have support. And so you got to start with your support within yourself first, and that's how you gain support by others. But if you don't know how to support yourself energetically, spiritually, emotionally, and comfort yourself, it kind of makes it repelling for the other match in a frequency to match with you. I don't have a card for this new moon because it's July 4th weekend. I'm doing this on July 4th night, the week, and I'm in spatial audio or spatial world, and I'm not going to pull a card. Let's focus on this astrology. And I appreciate everybody watching me, and I'm that astrologer that has tried every kind of new technology in doing a horoscope there ever has been for over 12 years. Whether it was VR, the first VR horoscope in the world, I did it and live streamed it in 2017. It's been a long time since I did a VR horoscope, but I thought I would do one in Apple Vision Pro and do it here in Bora Bora. I appreciate you all. I hope this new moon, it's not about what you find, but what you already have, and the appreciation with that Venus, and not letting that semi-square to Jupiter feel like you have to go find it in some little corner and, get lost in, trying to find this ultimate connection that doesn't exist in many ways. We need to actually spiritually, emotionally ground in being surprised, going through the slower motions of life, and letting us learn and evolve moment to moment, day to day, and be comfortable within it. You could be freaking out about the biggest things that are a day away, 3 days away, hours away. So much can change within that space. Hold it. And then you'll start to see things present themselves. Well, coming to you from Bora Bora, the High Vibe TV Studio 1, I'm David Palmer, the Leo King. Oh, it's so funny that it... Okay. And I wish you a happy new moon. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.